Hi and welcome back. I'm Mary Jo, also known as Sojo, and this is my channel where I talk about all my quilty stitchy things. And today is my weekly update number 82, and it is October 13th, 2024. Now this is just where I talk about everything I worked on and completed throughout the week. So it's been another week. This week, it seemed like everything I so much look at broke in the house. But, you know, that's just part of homeownership. And as frustrating, as irritating as that can be, it doesn't even compare to the devastational loss that's happened from Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. So my thoughts are with anybody that is involved and been affected by that. And if you are in those areas, let us know in the comments down below how you're doing. Okay. So what did I do this week? So I finished 2 more quilt tops, cut out 2 more quilts, and some other things. So let's hang up the quilt tops I've worked on. So this is the first top that I finished this week. Flower Market. Here is a picture of the pattern. Now I do know this pattern was free that I picked up at a local quilt shop. Well, it's not so local. It's about 2 hours away. But there is the picture, and we'll go in, take a closer look at the quilt. So we are starting at the top and just kind of working our way down. And yes, this was just a panel. And then added fabric around. And we're at the bottom. And this quilt top measures 62 by 80 from Wilmington Prints. So that was the first quilt top I finished this week, and I finished another one. Let's hang that one up too. And this is the second quilt top I finished this week. Now this is the Meet the Makers quilt from Riley Blake. This was a box kit that came out several years ago, and I just finished it. This measures, let's see if it says the size. It's got to say it here somewhere. 70 by 70 is what size this is. We'll go in, take a closer look at everything. So we'll just start at the top and work our way down. Now this quilt consisted of 4 different blocks and an alternate block, so 5 different blocks altogether. And of those 5 different blocks, there was multiples you had to make. But there it is. It is all finished. Now, at the beginning of the year, I had set a goal for myself to quilt 50 quilts. Well, that just didn't happen, and it looks like it's not going to make that goal. But that's okay. You know, life just kind of intervenes. But I do have my totals of all the quilts that I've worked on so far this year. So far, I have quilted 17 quilts. I have made 26 tops, and I have put the binding on 19. As far as knitting goes, I've knitted 2 hats and a baby blanket. Crocheted, I have crocheted 10 pair of socks, a sweater, a cowl, a rana, a shawl, 2 cardigans, 8 washcloths, a dish towel, and I've also made a sewing machine cover and an ironing board cover. Well, I made the whole ironing board basically. And let's see, I've diamond painted 7 diamond paintings, cross stitch. Well, I've cross stitched several things, but I finished the cross stitch and I finished the pillow vintage Christmas quilt. I did 12 samplers of the month, and I'm working on the 9 patch pillows, which we'll show those when I get into my cross stitch. So those are my totals so far for the year. Now, I do think some of those totals are off. I think there might be a little bit more added to, especially in the quilting that I've missed. I need to go back through and my videos and count everything. But that's what I've been working on. So what else have I worked on as far as quilting? Well, I have been working on a Leaders and Enders project, and my Leaders and Enders project involved these Crown Royal bags that, you know, my husband's coworker had given him for me So I've been working on making a quilt, and I've been using that as my Leaders and Enders project. Here's kind of where the first row is. This is where we are. I've got threads all over it. And these last two blocks are just pinned on. They're not actually sewn down. So that is what my quilt is going to look like, that first row. And then after I get the center of that, I'm going to put some borders in it, and I might make some more stars and add throughout. We'll see. But that's where we are so far with that. Then, since I finished 2 quilt tops, I cut out 2 more. Let me show you what I cut out. Now, I've recycled my Riley Blake box from my Meet the Makers, and I've cut the last Lori Holt quilt seeds pattern up, and I have it all in here ready to go. So I do plan on starting this and making some videos this week. Hopefully I can get that done, but we'll see. So I do plan on doing that. Let's see, what else did I do? Well, I cut out another quilt because I'd finished that panel quilt. Let me pull that up. So I cut this quilt out. This is the new Bedford quilt, and this was a free pattern that I had got from Free Spirit, I don't know, a while ago. A lot of these manufacturers, if you go to their sites, have free patterns on them, and this was one I got from Free Spirit. Now, my fabrics are kind of light greens and purples and some tans, browns. So here's where it is. I've cut it all out. Haven't really sewn anything, but that's about the best I can show you right now is what it's looking like. So I cut that out. And that particular quilt was on my Rediscovering My Stash series when I pulled things out and showed you guys and asked if there was something you'd like me done sooner rather than later. This is another one from that. I do plan on doing more of Rediscovering My Stash this week. Last week I put out a video on Tuesday. I was going to on Thursday as well, but well, things just got in the way. So this week I plan on doing more of the Rediscovering My Stash and hopefully some more of the Lori Holt quilt seeds. And that quilt seeds, do that last quilt seeds, and then I also plan on putting it all into a quilt top, all 6 of them. Now, what else did I do as far as quilting? Well, I worked on my Sew Sampler block of the months, the Peaceful Baskets. So I did month 5. Let's see, this is month 5. Yep. This is month 5 from Peaceful Baskets. Looks like there's something in that, but I think it's just from how it's folded in the light. But there is block 5, and here is block 6. So I did both of those this week. So that is everything that I've worked on as far as quilting and sewing. Let me show you my cross stitch. So last week I had shown you one of my October 9-patch series, and I'm doing 2. So here was one, and here is the second one. Now I am finishing these into little pillows. I am keeping one for myself and I'm giving the other one away. So I started on my November. So here's where I am on November's. So that is what November's looks like. So I still have to finish adding like the grid and add the pumpkins to it. So I only got partially of that. And my pillows, well, let me show you how my pillows are coming. There we go with my doll bowl. So I had made a boo-boo back on February's, and I had to make me another one. So there's my February's all done. Stuck this in the back. January's I've already shown. Then that's February's, March, and April's I had already shown, so I finished May's and June's. So there's what my dough bowl is looking like as I'm finishing all 12 of these and sticking them in here. So those are mine. And then I have the other May's, birdhouse is upside down, and June's. So this week I'm going to give away my May cross stitch pillow right here. In order to do that, you do need to be a subscriber and live in the US and be 18 and older. And to enter, I just need you to comment down below pink, P-I-N-K, and you'll be entered. And then I will announce the winner on my next weekly update next Sunday. And then the winner will just have to send me their shipping address and I will send that to them. Okay. So that is cross stitch. Now, what did I work on as far as crochet? Well, I have been working on this Sweet Illusions blanket, and this is a free tutorial from Bag O' Day Crochet. And let me pull it out and I'll show you where I am. It's getting bigger. Now this is going to be for my daughter because she claimed it, and it is just an ombre fabric from that dark purple to white. Still not done yet. We're getting there though. I basically have to repeat from here up, and then I'm going to add a couple rows of single crochet all around to edge it out, and then that will be done. So that is what I'm working on that. And one more thing to show you. And this is my diamond painting that's all done. This is Sledding to Town. I believe this was from Dreamers Designs, and it is like legally licensed by Chuck Pinson. So it's a Chuck Pinson painting. And I finished it this week. So that is all done. So that is everything that I have worked on and completed throughout the week. Until next time, bye!